Why do I fish JB's fish sauce? I fish JB's fish sauce because it works. Simply put, I catch more fish on JB's fish sauce when I'm using it with my lures. I'm using a Jackal chunk crawl here, 3.5 inch with dyed appendages. And I've been spraying some JB's fish sauce crawfish scent on there. And the cool thing about this stuff is, especially in the spray, I'm going to apply a little bit to the bait. I'm sorry that you can't see that. But just going to spray a little bit on your bait. This is the spray applicator. There is a paste. There is a bottled form that you can put on. It's a liquid. But the cool thing about JB's fish sauce is that it stays on your bait for long periods of time. It's not something that you have to reapply every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes. It stays on your bait, and it stays, the longevity of the product pays for itself. There's been times where I've put my baits back in my rod's back in the rod locker after a big tournament, come back out the next week to fish another tournament, and the bait that I was using, I could still smell the JB's on there. Selling point number 2 for me is that it's made in the United States of America, one batch at a time, by a fellow named Jim Block. Guy's got a really good thing going on. He's from Minnesota, about 1.5 to 2 hours, I think, south of Mille Lacs Lake there, which, as we all know, is one of the top smallmouth fisheries in the world. Just had an elite series there, and they were killing them. But it's handmade, one batch at a time. You know what you're getting. The guy that produces this stuff is a fisherman himself. He does it. What started JB's is that it started out of necessity, and that's how most good products start out. Is he wanted a way to try to up his odds for catching bass in tournaments or catching bass period, no matter when he's fishing. So he started doing some research and trying to figure out if there was any way where he could make his own scent or his fish attractant. So he started doing some research, started doing small batches here and there, trying to figure out what would work, what didn't work, what was the best way to apply it, what's the best scents out on the market. He done a lot of research, and then come up with a product that he started believing in and started catching more fish on. So he wanted to market it, not solely for monetary gain, but just to try to allow anglers like myself and you to catch some more fish. And so far it's worked out for me. There's a plethora of different flavor combinations that you can get, or scent, sorry, not flavor. But I have garlic, I have anise, I have crawfish, I have bait fish. There's a ton of different scents that you can get in there, but one of the selling point number 3 for me is the fact that it's made with real crude fish oils. You don't get none of this store-bought stuff that it's imitation bait fish or anything like that. This is legit real crude fish oil. If you bought some salmon or sardines or whatever and blended it up and got the actual fish oil out of that fish, it's the exact same stuff you're getting in this product. It's all biodegradable. There's nothing that's going to hurt the environment. There's no, like petroleum-based products in it. It's all 100% biodegradable, and it's not going to hurt the environment or the lakes and ponds that you're fishing, which is a huge deal for me. So I guess it comes down to the point, why do I believe in it as a tournament angler? Why do I spend so much money and time on trying to use JB's fish sauce and when I'm fishing for a ton of money? Well, the simple point is because it works. I've seen it time and time again. It changes the way fish bite lures. It makes them, when you get a bite, you're going to know it. It's going to give you probably that split second extra. If you don't feel the bite initially, they're going to want to hold on to it because I'm sure it tastes like a fish to them. It's got crude fish oils in it, and I'm sure they can smell that stuff, or sense it in the water. So that's one reason that I believe in it, and I use it. I use it because it simply works. I can go out on a day-to-day basis, replicate using the JB's fish sauce, and catch fish. You always have the, you know, the naysayers and stuff. Well, they always say, well, how do you know that you wouldn't have caught it if you didn't have JB's fish sauce? Well, it's a good point in that. You know, there's no way that I can say, yeah, you're right, or I'm wrong 100% of the time, because let's face it, in my opinion, fishing is, you know, it takes some skill, don't get me wrong, but the thing about it is that anything that I can do to better my chances to catch a fish, I'm gonna do it. And the thing about it is, it may be just a simple fact that, you know, it changes my mentality. I have a better chance of catching fish because you know, it allows me to take my mind off of fishing. I say that I spray JB's on there, and I know without a shadow of a doubt it's not going to hurt my chances to catch a fish. However, on the flip side of things, I know that it's going to change my odds of catching a fish due to the fact that, one, it has crude fish oils in it. Two, the scents are outstanding, especially the garlic, by the way. Don't leave that stuff in your car, in your house, because it is extremely potent. The garlic scent that he uses is, you know, second to none. There's a few people, matter of fact, I believe Morgan Tipton, one of the pro staffers there, she said that she was using it one time in a tournament. A fellow boater passed by, I don't know how close, I'm sure it was probably decently close, and smelled the garlic from the other boat, which is pretty amazing stuff. But not only are you getting those really potent smells or scents, you're also getting the crude fish oils that allows for the fish attracted. Austin Felix, an FLW pro that fishes on the JB's National Pro staff, was just recently published in the FLW Bass magazine there, saying that he used JB's fish sauce, and one of the main reasons he used it is the fact that it basically acts as a lubricant for his hook sets when he's using swim baits, which I never really thought of that way. So you could think of that, because it is oily. It is, you know, most swim baits, even though they're wet underwater, obviously, they still are kind of sticky. So with this, you're going to get, you know, some lubrication there that's not going to cause the swim bait to, or any bait for that matter, to hang up in the fish's mouth. It's going to allow you to, you know, catch more fish, have better hook sets. Oh man. If you use JB's, make sure you hold on to your rods, because they will try to rip it plumb out of your hands. Just a weird situation, man. It's a weird feeling. I've fished all my life. I mean, literally all my life. And I've never felt fish hit a lure the way they do when JB's fish sauce is applied to it. It's like they're mad at this thing. They're like, they gotta have it. They will absolutely rip the rod plumb out of your hands if you're not holding on to it. So buyer beware with JB's. You might want to get a better grip on your rod. Some of the popular scents that you're going to see at JB's that I know for a fact is there, and he's coming out with new ones all the time. There's a saltwater series, by the way. If you're not an inshore fisherman, you can get a saltwater series. But there's garlic, baitfish, crawfish, anise, coffee. And again, you can get this in several different application styles. There's like a chapstick style tube. There's a deodorant style tube if you like to, you know, apply it that way. Again, my favorite is the 4-ounce spray bottle. This is crawfish, but it allows me, let's see what else. There's a paste, there's a gel form. You know, you pretty much get this in any application style that you want. One of the other cool things about it is that JB's will actually do a custom pour for you. If you like a couple different scents, you know, mixed together, like coffee and garlic, well, I don't care what it is, you can contact Jim, and depending on the amount that you want, he'll do a custom pour for you, a custom batch. That way that you can customize the JB's for anything, any situation that you ever, you know, that you could be in. Use the promo code on jbsfishsauce.com, TWaller10, to gain 10% off on your next order. Any orders $25 or more, free shipping. Tell them Tyler sent you. If you have any interest, if you have any questions or comments or concerns about JB's fish sauce, or you're in my area, contact me. We'll go fishing. I'll show you that it works. Also, if this is if you're seeing this after October 9th to the 13th, I'm having a giveaway. Check this out. before I was rudely interrupted by this fish biting my bait, I'm having a giveaway on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Fishing with Tyler, with no G, Fishing with Tyler. Run over there, like my Instagram page, go over and like JB's Fish Sauce Instagram page, and then like the photo of the JB's Fish Sauce that I've posted on Instagram, and you're going to enter yourself in to win a 4-pack of JB's Fish Sauce sample packs. So, or a 4 sample pack of JB's Fish Sauce. So that was pretty neat right there, guys. Talking about JB's, sprayed some JB's, caught the fish. So again, does it work? Proof's in the pudding. You're not gonna, you know, would I've caught that fish without JB's? Who's to say? But I tell you what, I'm gonna be using it. And if you're not using it, you're at a huge disadvantage. So if you're not using it, thank you, because I have a better advantage than you do. So let's do it. Again, head on over to Instagram, like my Instagram page at Fishing with Tyler, like the JB's Fish Sauce picture that I've posted, and then, you know, you're in the running. Again, this is from October 9th, 2017 to October 13th, 2017. And if you're interested, like that thing up, and hopefully, you know, I'm gonna do a random drawing. Hopefully it's you. Somebody's gonna win, might as well be you.